Give everybody time to hop in. We're gonna get ready for this new moon. Got a little blockage here. Got a little blockage. Let's see. What is going on? Shuffle up a little bit. Shuffly, shuffly. Get a sip of my cacao. Okay. Hi, Fred. What you doing? How are you? I gotta get a sip of my cacao there. Oh my God, Carmen. You left yesterday's live. I called on you. I was gonna pull you a card. You'd already left. I was like, oh, Carmen's already gone. Oh, no worries. No worries, kids. How are you? How are you? You guys, we got to get ready for this new moon, right? So good to see you guys. Don't be sorry. I was like, oh, no, she's going to be sad she missed that opportunity. How has everyone's day been? I hope really well. Going really well. I just got on. Yes, I'm just shuffling, getting life together. You know, literally, I probably got on like 2 minutes ago. You did? What happened? Tell us. What happened? Is it good? Good news? Stop it right now. Yeah. Listen, the energy's been real spicy out there. It's been real spicy. That's so funny. Well, I'm so glad that you got to see them. I tell you what. You know, things are moving. Things are shifting, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a little wild out there. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about, well, one, my planner says today is, Leo season, right? The 22nd, is that right? I don't know. I go back and forth. Is it the 22nd? Is it the 23rd? Who knows? Anyways, we're going into Leo season, but we have a new moon. So let's just talk about Leo season, right? So, you know, it's like Leo's bold, right? Living their life. You know, think about being in the spotlight. Things are going to illuminate you during this time. You know, ego, creativity, words like loyal, caring, protective. You know, these are some things that may come up. Get-togethers, socializing, you know, get out there and show off a little bit. You know, if you missed last night's live on the talk, we did talk about getting gussied up. Well, it's the perfect time for you to do that, right? So it's the perfect time for you to get gussied up and go out, right? Go out, and just have fun, right? It's like treat yourself, enjoy life, treat yourself like royalty, right? Okay, well, great. If you're a reminder, you shouldn't be in here because I had it set for no children. All right, hold on now. So, here we go. Let me play a little moderation, right? Oh my goodness, you know I don't know how to do hardly anything. Here we go. So here we are. We are going to go ahead and just tap into this like new moon energy. Like what is going on, right? So let's dive in, you guys. Let's see. I hid them. I don't, you know, it's like, I'm not used to moderating. I'm not used to moderating. Yeah, I'll get better. But you know what? Let's dive into the energy. Let's see. I got to get used to this platform, you know? Okay, good. So let's dive in. Let's see what's in the energy for this new moon. I'm going to do your zodiacs probably tomorrow and have those up. And that way each, you know, all of the elements will have a little something, right? A little something. All right, let's see. What do we need to know for this new moon? Uh-oh, it looks like it's love. We can't get out of this energy, right? We cannot get out of this energy. So there's love. There's a lot of new life, new growth. Something has definitely, you know, been illuminated. There's achievements. There's like, you know, we are reaching goals here. So there's a lot of mirroring going on in this card as well. Somebody is very focused. Someone is very focused right now. It does look like a lot of orange. So this is that sacral chakra, you know, listening to that gut, listening to that passion. Where is it leading you? Well, they're focused on something, honey. Watch for the signs. So this is like, pay attention to the sign, symbol, synchronicities, because could be leading you to love. You know, let's see. What else do we need to know? It's a time to give rather than take. Somebody wants to give to you. This is Virgo energy. You know, this is like somebody who's really been thinking about it, analyzing the situation. You know, they're planning something here. Okay. This person who is focused on you. They have been out in that desert, honey. They've been out in that desert, but they are like completely focused on you right now. Pay attention to signs, symbols, synchronicities. Butterflies. So major transformation here, okay? We also have blue. So there's somebody who does want to speak something to you, or there's things that need to be spoken. Time to give rather than take. You know, a lot of green here. It's coming from the heart. It's coming from the heart. Let's see. Your dreams need a practical plan and shadow work. So again, look, it's that mirroring, right? It's that mirroring. And it's like this person, maybe they want to come in and tell you, like, I've been doing my work. I've been working on that healing. Like, this is part of them really trying to ground themselves too with that Taurus energy to come forward, right? Bottom of the deck. Uh-oh, Aries energy. Go for it. Somebody's going for it. Okay, somebody's going for it. Uh-oh, what is going on? I love it. Okay, so let's see what else I want to tell you. Let's talk about this love situation. What is happening? Oh, thank you so much. I washed it. Yeah, it's we had a lot of rain today, so I wasn't gonna straighten it, right? Hi, Grim Reaper. How are you? Okay, so let's talk about this love situation. What's happening here? Oh, honey, somebody learned some lessons is what's happening. 9th house, though, this could be someone traveling to you. This is somebody who wants to like explore, letting go of limiting beliefs. This could be writing too. Maybe this is that communication that you've been waiting on. But I do feel like they're stepping into like a higher consciousness, right? And it is something about like Sagittarian energy, which is, it can be a little bit like of travel moving forward. But I'm getting heavy, like learning a lesson, trying to get in communication with you. Obviously, if they're focused, right? What is this Yeah, you can expect some emotions here. Yeah, you guys can expect some kind of like emotional, I want to say communication. You know, this is also somebody, one, they're focused on you, but they're also listening to that intuition right now. And, you know, that's what's leading them forward. It could be Cancer energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. This person is looking at you as Cancer energy is a lot about home, nurturing, you know, that kind of thing. This can be somebody looking at you as home, you know, finding you, finding comfort in you, right? What are these signs? Somebody wants to express themselves, and look what's out here. Rings. Yeah, somebody's really interested in this partnership, but let's see what fell out. Ooh, honey, they're a little conflicted though. There's obstacles to get to you. There's obstacles. This person is stressed. They are stressed. But I feel like they're also like, you know how we said before, like your person is getting a lot of signs, symbols, and synchronicities. I feel like this is it, like, and it's kind of stressing them out. They're like, oh my God, how do I do this? Where do I go? Like, is this right? I don't know. This person is stressed. And with this blue, there's blue on here. There's blue on here. Like, whatever this person has to say to you is stressing them out. That's what's causing this tension. And this could be part of the obstacle as to why they haven't come forward, right? Yeah, listen, a time to give rather than take, okay? Your person, they're seeing abundance, they're seeing devotion. This is somebody who wants to come in, and with that Virgo energy, right, I did say that we have somebody who has been planning, thinking, analyzing. This is somebody who wants to come in, spiritual commitment, right? This is somebody who wants a commitment. This is somebody who has that like inner spark. They're looking at you as growth, expansion, all the things, right? This person is very focused on you. Thursday, they're showing me Thursday. Something may happen on Thursday. But again, with that Jupiter energy, like this is about like having faith that this is, you know, having faith. And it's also about generosity too, right? So again, somebody wants to give. I feel like this person took in the past, but now it's like they want to give to you, and they're trying to figure this out. But they do want a spiritual commitment. They want a commitment with you. Dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, you got Mercury here. Okay, so thoughts, speaking, all the things. This is somebody who wants to communicate. Again, short travel, like short distance travel. Like this is somebody who may not be like right by you, but kind of, they have to drive to you. But this is somebody who is thinking heavily, and they're trying to make this plan. But look at this is what I'm saying though. Like, I kind of pulled on the energy before I got in here, and there was a card there was the 7 of Swords that came out. 7 of Swords, okay? Lies, deception, deceit, trickery, scheming, whatever, right? Now, there was a couple ways that I took it in the spread whenever I was pulling the energy. One, there is something in the past. You know, 12th house here. So there's something in the past that was hidden that somebody needs to speak about. Or, you know, don't lie to yourself, right? As this person comes forward, like we have to also listen to our intuition and pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronicities. Yeah, driving. I'm telling you, somebody, you know, and I'm going to be honest with you. So I also see people driving by your house, like wanting to have done this already. You know, if you live that close to somebody where they can just like drive over and they know where you live, right? I see somebody like creeping. I see a creeper. You know? And again, this person is very stressed about coming forward. I don't know how much time has gone by, you know, with this person and you. And I do feel like there is conflict, there's struggle, there is a little bit of tension, because I do feel that there are things, again, when they're saying shadow work, like this is something that we need some healing, right? So somebody wants to communicate something about a past is what I'm really getting here. 12th house, I mean, it can be considered spiritual as well. This can be like somebody, you know, really coming into understanding a little bit more about a spiritual connection. But I do feel that, 12th house can be healing, but I do feel it's more about what was hidden in the past. And that is kind of what they are struggling with here, So go for it, right? Is on the bottom of the deck over there. Look at what's on the bottom of this deck. Commitment. This is a soulmate. This is somebody who wants this union with you. Like, this is somebody who wants that reciprocal give and take, right? This is like ultimate fulfillment in partnerships. So somebody really wants to go for it. It's like they're recognizing who you are now, right? But again, there is something that somebody has to communicate that needs to be healed, Oh, look at this. Underneath North Node, like somebody wants to get out of their comfort zone. Like somebody sees you as like that final destination, like they've learned the lessons. They're ready to take this jump into where their soul is actually leading them. This is like a calling, a mission. But ooh, honey, sun underneath that. So the sun, this is like somebody who wants to express themselves. It could be your divine masculine, right? So we have a lot going on. But when do we not, right? Yeah, I mean, you guys are the prize, right? And that's the thing. Like, I pulled that energy earlier too, was like somebody recognizing that you were honestly the prize. You were the gift. You were that spiritual gift that they were waiting on, right? So, yeah, it can, there is something in the past that somebody needs to speak on. There is something that is going to be uncomfortable that causes a little bit of a obstacle or a challenge, right? So let's pull a little bit. Let's see what's going on, right? What's happening? What do they want to tell us about this? Let's talk about this love situation. What is happening? Hello, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, this person feels like they fumbled you. They're mourning. Okay, so this person 100% feels like they fumbled you. They're in regret about whatever happened. They feel like they lost this opportunity. Now it's like they're looking back with the attitude of like being grateful that they had this this with you at some point, but now they're trying to embrace some kind of healing. They see that they dropped the ball here, but they need to step out of this energy and realize there's still opportunity for happiness, joy, all the things. But I think that's part of what has been reflected to this person is like there's sadness about the past here. If this is a past person, right? So I'm assuming it is. But it does look like, you have somebody who is kind of in their emotions right now. They need to ground it a little bit, to be honest with you. But that's where we are. Things have been reflected. There's some kind of, do you want to know what they're focused on? Can I tell you? You, honey, this beautiful empress, like they are focused so much on their divine feminine. They're focused on somebody who they feel is abundant. You embody abundance. You embody nurturing. You are like beauty, abundance, creativity. You're all the things, right? And this person is very focused on you and they want to get back into, with you, everything grows. This person grew, everything around the Empress grows. And now I feel like this person has realized this because there has been a disconnection. It's like something about their heart chakra. There's something about their heart chakra right now, like it's kind of, something's been illuminated and they can feel it. Watch for the signs. Yeah, all signs lead to you, honey. All signs lead to you, okay? This is somebody who they're reminded, these signs are reminding them of your compassion, of your warmth, of the kindness, of the healing, of that good, advice you would give them. Like, this is somebody who is looking, all these signs are reminding them that you were so supportive, very loving. There was an emotional maturity to you, but you honestly calmed this person. You brought a lot of calm to this person. So I do feel like all the signs, that's really them, that's really them being pointed in your direction. That's what's causing this person to focus so heavily on you. What's this? Time to give rather than take. Yeah, they coming in. Okay, so thank you guys so much. So you do have somebody who is coming in. Look who it is. It's that slow one. They move real steady, but, I think this is like, you have patiently waited for this. This is like somebody who wants to put in that hard work. This is somebody who wants to come in and tell you, they want to fill that role. They want you to be able to look at them as somebody who's loyal, who's, secure, who brings stability, right? I mean, honestly, they talk about it all the time. But I will say, it is good that they are realizing, there was loss here. It's like there has been something illuminated to this person that has put them in the mindset of, I need to be better. Collective isn't going to take me back if I don't better myself. And if you're sitting in that Empress energy, you've done a lot of healing. You've done the healing work. So this person knows they can't just come back to you the same way that you left. Like, that would just never work. Your dreams need a practical plan and shadow work. Yeah. This is what is conflicting this person. They know there are obstacles that need to be addressed. And this is where it's like they're choosing their battles wisely, right? This is somebody, again, a lot of air energy. So this is somebody who is in their mind, okay? But they do want to overcome whatever this conflict was, whatever these arguments were, whatever it was. And, they want to come back after these setbacks. And I think that's why they're telling you, like, hey, I'm working on healing, and maybe they're going to come in and tell you what their plan is, right? Like, how are they healing? What are they doing to better the situation so it doesn't go back, Let's talk about this 9th house. Oh, yeah, it's travel. It's travel, honey. This person's moving. There's movement. Somebody has made a decisive, they're taking action here. This is definitely like wheels. And again, it's like they are realizing, especially too with this 9th house of learning, right? This 9th house of learning. They've learned things. They've come to a higher consciousness. They are coming into this. There's movement here. And it's like they're realizing, like, they hold their fate, their destiny in their own hands. And so if this wheel wasn't moving in their kindly in their direction, they're realizing, like, I need to make changes. And the Wheel of Fortune too, it can be unexpected, right? It can be unexpected. So, but I do feel like there is travel, and it is somebody realizing, like, I play a role in my fate. I play a role in how my life plays out. And, that's a big thing to realize. Like, we can sit it as victims. We can sit in the negativity and allow that wheel to keep moving in a direction that doesn't make us happy. Or we can choose to come to life with a different mindset and a different way of looking at things, and working differently. So, something happened earlier and it wasn't great. I'm going to be honest with you. Something wasn't great, but I had to turn around and be like, you know what? Thank you for that. Because, and this is how I honestly these days have been, all of the struggles that come to my door, I, rather than sit in the energy of, what in the hell, I sit in the energy. I acknowledge that it's not the greatest, but I also say thank you. Thank you for that. Because one, look how freaking strong I am, and I feel like this is kind of where that person is right now. For a while, they were blaming, this discontent, this loss. Hi, Hannah. So they were blaming this discontent, this loss, maybe on you, or life, right? But now they're making the decision to take that wheel back, right? This is somebody who is making the decision to come in and take charge, right? It is a collective. We've got people moving towards people. They're moving towards people. They want to right some wrongs. Yeah, this person, one, they have a lot of passion for you, right? This person has a lot of passion. This is also somebody who is saying, like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this new adventure. I'm ready for this new journey. Is it emotional? Yes, 100%. This is somebody, and again, with that moon card and Cancer energy, this person, they look at you, Empress, and they're like, this person feels like home. This person looks at you, and I'm seeing the word comfort. They find comfort in you. This person, they're being inspired by these signs, symbols, synchronicities, right, to come towards you. This is somebody who wants to make this move. They've got like that inner spark, right? And they want to come in. They want to offer you this olive branch, Oh yeah, and if anybody wants to book anything, the Hipsy link is in the description. Okay, so let's talk about this tension. Let's talk about, whatever this conflict is. Let's talk about that. They're going to tell you they're working on it. Okay, so this is somebody who wants to, they want to come in and tell you that they're dedicated. Maybe this is somebody who is kind of like, non-committal, kind of like that player energy in the past. Yeah. Now they want to come in and really tell you that they're committed. They want to work on this, I'm going to pull another one though, because I do feel like this person is going to come in and tell you what they know you want to hear. They may be going to some kind of counseling to work on whatever these things are, okay? The Hierophant can be guidance. This can be a mentor. This can be, like, if this person is religious, it can be a priest. It can be, things like that. Somebody is helping this person work on whatever their obstacles were, okay? So this Hierophant energy, to me, is somebody who is seeking the guidance to better themselves, to, become master over themselves, work on themselves. Let's get one more. Yeah, this person really wants to come in. Partnership, love. They're choosing love. They're choosing harmony. Okay, so you have the Lovers here. This is somebody who, they want harmony with you. This is somebody who wants to find that balance with you again. They're making that choice to listen to their heart right now, right? It could be a friend or family. Absolutely. It's someone that they find, the Hierophant would be somebody that they, truly look up to. This is like usually it's like a counselor, a priest, somebody in some kind of institution, but it can be somebody that they consider a mentor, someone that they consider, that gives really good advice, right? So yeah, it definitely can be. All right, was this Jupiter? Okay. So we have a time to give rather than take. We have that Knight of Pentacles, right? This is somebody who wants that abundance with you. This is somebody who wants to come in, with this spiritual commitment. This person wants to tell you, that they are releasing the pain of the past and really embracing healing. This is somebody who is like, I'm truly working. I'm working on this. You know, this is somebody who wants to persevere, wants to come in and let you know, like, you know, this is like that, it's that wounded warrior card, right? This is somebody who's like, I'm persevering. You know, I know that there's been a lot of challenges, but you know, let's face this together, right? Let's do this. Let's face this. Let's put the pain behind us, and let's do the healing. There, you know, I think they are recognizing that the way things were left was painful, and for you as well. Like, you had to do a lot of healing. You had to do a lot of releasing. You had a lot of loss yourself. There were tears here. But I think they want to come in and be like, okay, you know, let's really conquer this challenge together. And ultimately, if this is your spiritual partner, right, it does lead to abundance. It does lead to this devotion. And, you know, this Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who wants to come in and be very devoted to you, give to you this time rather than just take. Okay, so let's look at this 12th house in Mercury. I'm telling you, they're planning, honey. They're planning. Okay, so you have somebody who they're making decisions. They're moving in the right direction. They're ready to take this leap of faith. You know, this is, in a love reading, this is, you know, the Two of Wands is partnership, right? This is somebody who wants to grow in a partnership. They're making plans. They're preparing for something. But let me tell you what's underneath it. Because you know how I told you how I felt about that 12th house, right? And that when I pulled the energy, there was that 7 of Swords, honey. Yeah, we're dealing with stuff. Okay? Listen to your intuition. High Priestess. This is mystery. This is things that you do not see. There's a mystery. There's secrets here, and they're not great. Okay? This is not great. But again, this person is doing their shadow work. They are trying to make plans to really fix this conflict, whatever this conflict was. You know, and if they are seeing a counselor or a mentor or a therapist, you know, they're working on things, but they need to vocalize this to you. There are things that are hidden, and they're not great. They're very oppressive, okay? This really put this person in some kind of dependency. Some kind of, it could be addictions. It could be, you know, where they did things to excess, where they, you know, they gave themselves a lot of limitations by acting so freely, you know. So there are secrets. There are things that need to be spoken, and just know that, and you have to listen to your heart. Bottom of the deck, you know, we have go for it, right? We have commitment. But there is still a need for you to protect your energy and your boundaries. Because for some people, this person is coming in and speaking a really good game because they know how much you have healed. Do I think that this person is, I mean, with this Hierophant, it looks like they're trying to get a hold of things. I don't know that they're going to be as far along as they're saying. Does that make sense? Because look at, to me, this is like somebody who is like holding something real close. They don't want to open up about something. This is somebody who's trying to control a narrative. And I do think that they are interested. You know, this is somebody who is interested, planning. They're really ambitious about this thought, but have they honestly made up their mind? Like, that's where I'm at with the energy right now as it is. Now, is that for everybody? No, it may not be. You know, your person can come in tomorrow and, you know, and you go for it. Like, great. I think that's amazing. But you need to look at things from every angle. Okay? And especially because there are things that are hidden, you know, there are things like hidden information. Could involve friends, a group, a social circle, or a third party, you know. So now they do want to come in. They want to come in. They want to be very, you know, secure. I want to, you know, there's security, there's stability, there's protectiveness, there's all that, right? They want to come in like this. reliable. And yes, they do want to take action, but there is something that they think about that keeps them up at night. You know, and it does have something to do with justice, balancing those scales. Okay. Now, they do recognize you for who you are. Okay. They see you. Exactly. And we do. Every single one of us has something in our closet. 100%. But what I'm saying is, just because your person shows up, we don't just hop back in there, you know? Like, we have to, yes, we have to have those healthy boundaries. You know, you don't just blow all of your healing to the wind because your person returned. We don't know. Allow their actions to speak. Yeah, honey, you rent free in a lot of people's heads right now. But this is your past person. This is somebody who, they're looking back at a lot of like memories, and, you know, they want this healing. They want this comfort again. And it could be like the Six of Cups could also be like, hey, I'm working on the, you know, my childhood trauma. I'm working on this inner child, you know, whatever their work is. But what I'm saying is, don't throw your healing away to just hop back in where you left off, because we need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, right? You need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, because look at, you're not who they left behind. You're a very confident person. You're sitting in power right now, and you are very self-assured. You're very passionate about where you are. You're very, you know, there's a lot of, you're looking at life from a more optimistic point of view, and you know, it's your confidence that really has helped bring this in, to be honest, you know. But we have to make sure that, yes, people can say a lot of things, but we want to make sure that it's the right things, right? You want to make sure that actions follow those words. But I mean, ultimately, you know, whatever this is, however this person comes back in, I mean, listen. If you want to listen, listen. If you don't want to listen, that's fine too. Like, it's really, truly up to you how you want to do this. You know, what's comfortable for you, you know? Yes, we all have past. We all have secrets in our closet, right? But we also have to make sure that it's a healthy relationship. Somebody can come in and tell you, you know, I want to give you everything you asked for. Wonderful. But are they going to mean it in the long term? And that's what you need to really decipher before you just hop right in, you know, and that's all it is. But I think that's whether it's your old person or a new person, right? We all have to be very careful, because we're not the same person we were 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, depending on when you saw this person last. You've done a lot of work, right? So let's see, you guys. Let's see what else wants to come out about this. And like, card on the top, love. We can't get out of this love energy if we tried. All right, let's see. Let me go over here. I think what I'm going to do first is let's just take a look at like the energy with like this new moon, right? And let's just see like what's the energy going into the new moon, what's coming with this phase. Like, let's take a look at something like that, and then we'll dive more into, I'm sure, love. It doesn't leave, does it? Okay, let's see. Okay, this one? Yes. All right. So new moons are great for setting intentions, planting seeds, you know, starting new chapters. So it would make sense. Like, so there is movement here, especially in these love situations, right? And you're working on my weight a little bit. Good for you. I need to exercise more. I really do. But I don't know where to fit it in. All right, let's look at this new moon, right? What is your energy? What's the energy going into this moon, right? What's the energy going into this new moon right now? Okay. So we have the Six of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles that came out in reverse. So the Six of Swords is about like accepting your lessons. This is somebody who are, you know, this is a like leaving behind baggage, learning a lesson, leaving behind. It's transition, it's change, right? It's like you're moving forward from a change. With this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this to me is, you know, maybe you learned a lesson in money, right? Maybe there's been material, like money instability. Maybe, you know, there was some kind of reckless spending, right? The other side of that is, because we do talk about pentacles being energy as well, this is you being very guarded with your energy. And maybe, you know, with this energy going into the new moon, we're moving forward. We're not being as guarded, you know. It's kind of like we're letting that guard down from around our heart, which is beautiful, especially if you are working on a love situation, you know. So it's like you are working on your healing. You're really moving forward with ease and grace. You're going through this major transition and you're realizing, you know what, maybe my heart was guarded before, and this is, I need to open up, right? What other energy? Yeah, somebody is definitely working on, I would say, inner child, you know, because this is like major yellow Leo energy, right? Fifth house. So this is like you're really overcoming challenges. This is you really coming into, you know, confidence, courage, bravery, you know, having that self-confidence again, which is beautiful energy, right? So confident, we're opening our heart, we're moving, you know, beyond things that really may have slowed us down. How can you make the most of this moon phase? Embracing optimism. You know, this is happiness, joy, success, confidence, right? So this is like, fill your day with like that energy and life, right? We're not stagnant. We're embracing that light. We're finding more joy in our days. It's like, have that positivity, you know. It's experiencing, like what I said earlier, like experience that happiness, experience abundance, even when something weird happens, right? This is you just enjoying each and every moment. It's being more present in the moment. So I would say, you know, like how I said earlier, like when something weird happens, something that's not exactly great, it's not the end of the world, but it's not what you wanted. You know, there's a little setback. Instead of like letting it ruin your day, instead of it letting it, you know, really take you down, acknowledge it. Yeah, it's not great, but you know what? Did you learn something? Yeah. Maybe you're being slowed down for a reason. We have to, instead of really like project into the future or really go back to the past, let's live in the moment. Was it the end of the world? No. Yeah. Money, energy, yeah. You know, and that's the thing is like, you know, a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people are. And we have to find that happiness in the moment. We have to find that lightness in the moment. We have to find, we have to be more present, because there's a lot of stress. If you think too far in the future, there's a lot of stress if you go too far back. So we need to learn to see that happiness and abundance, that joy, that life in each moment. And I think like that's how you can really make the most, especially of this phase, because if we are setting intentions, we're planting seeds for what we truly want. Well, what's better than you living in the moment, you having joy, happiness, abundance, and all the things in the now, then you're definitely ready for whatever it is that you want to bring in, right? We can't change the past. We can learn from it. We can learn from it, but I mean, we can't change the past. We have to accept that lesson, which is that Six of Swords, where you're moving into calmer waters. We accept it and we learn from it. We move on, and again, you're still here. You're still here riding around on your little horse over here, looking at the freaking sunflowers, live in the moment. We have to live in the moment. Ground. There's a lot of grounding here too with that red. Let's see. What's this new moon bringing in? Something that you wanted to work on? Is this a person that you've been waiting for? Maybe, right? Hi, welcome. So good to see you. Is this somebody that you have been waiting for? Your little Knight of Pentacles? Maybe. Is this you being committed to changing up your mental routine here? Is this you being committed to, working on things, a little bit at a time? And that could be it as well. What is the new moon bringing in? To me, this is like a lot about routine, right? It's bringing in a new routine. And with that yellow, that's that solar plexus again, right? So it can be a person, right? But it's also you feeling like, I am responsible. I'm responsible for, my mindset. I am responsible for what comes in, and you're willing to put in this beautiful hard work, So yeah, you can look at it as an energy coming towards you, but you can also look at it as you being very committed to understanding, like, I'm responsible for whatever it is that comes to my life. Perfect. If it's crap, guess what? You turn it around. It's learning lessons. They're building blocks, right? So let's see. How are you growing right now, right? How are you growing? Ooh, that came right out. You know how you've grown? Can I tell you how you've grown, you beautiful Queen of Swords? Okay, one, you're listening to your intuition a lot. You have come into your true, authentic self. You are also looking at things a little bit more rationally. You are communicating clearly with a lot of inner wisdom. You're setting those beautiful, healthy boundaries, right? So this is like, you have a clear mind. You're no longer running around in confusion about who you are, what you stand for. You know exactly who you are. You know what you stand for now. And it's like you're very reasonable. You're very logical with things. And that is amazing. Like, that is a beautiful way to grow, right? Now, what's going to help you bring in your goals or your intentions? Continuing to speak the truth, right? This is you really looking at all of the ideas, looking at, focusing on the truth and the clarity. You really sitting in the energy of being ready to for whatever this goal is, ready for this intention, but really have clarity on what it is that you truly want. And that's the key to manifesting intentions. That's the key for goals. We have to be very clear. Ace of Swords, we have to be very clear with what it is that we truly want. What is it? What are you calling in? What's your manifestation? You can't just be like, I want love. Okay, well, honey, there's all kinds of love. There's platonic love. There's karmic love. There's, friendship love. I mean, you name it. My dog loves me, so you can't just be like, I want love. Okay, great. Let's be specific about what it is that we want. And this is going to assist you with your goals. Let's get another one. Find balance in your life. This is you really finding moderation, finding balance, finding harmony in all areas of your life, and that's you sitting in that inner peace energy. That's you sitting there, pouring into yourself. This is you, really being flexible. It can be, being flexible, being adaptable to how things come in. but it's a lot about balance. You know, find your balance. Which I do love that. I'm going to get you a couple mantras. Some moon mantras. I deserve success. Yes, you do. Do you know what you want to succeed in though? Like I think that we get that a lot where we have a lot of people that aren't clear with their goals or their intentions. So it's important for you to know, one, yes, you do deserve success, but what is the success that you are asking for, right? Okay. I am at peace with my past. And that's beautiful, you know, like that's that inner peace. That's that harmony. This is you, you know, figuring out this practical way of overcoming whatever it was. This is you learning from that past and moving beyond, right? So we are at peace with our past, and that's beautiful. Yes, I love that energy though. And that's truly how you move forward. We can't keep holding animosity with that past. Like we can move forward when we finally find that peace. My world has an abundance of love, trust, and compassion. Look how beautiful that is. My world has an abundance of love, trust, and compassion. That's gorgeous. You know, you're realizing, like, honestly, you have a lot of abundance. You have a lot. My hair's blowing in the wind here. It's tickling me. You have a lot of abundance. You have, you know, whatever it is that you're calling in there. Yeah, we can't change it. You can sit there and try, but we cannot change the scenarios and situations of the past. We can change how we look at it. We can change how we feel about it, because when you do that, it's like you are sitting in that energy of peace. We stop battling it. We stop, you know, constantly seeking conflict and seeing conflict in the past. We can't change it. We have to move beyond it. What I seek is seeking me. Okay, so I know you guys will like that one. What I seek is seeking me. And it's true. And, you know, with you coming in like this, being optimistic, being confident, being positive, sitting in your truth, you're an energetic match to whatever it is that you're trying to ask for, that you're asking for, right? We just have to be clear. Be clear with what it is that you truly want, right? I love that for you. I think this is really gorgeous energy, right? Really gorgeous. But yeah, what I seek is seeking me. How beautiful. Let's see. There's a tower. There's a tower. Yeah. So, I mean, that's generally, like, you know, the gist of it. This is where it was going. Okay. All right, let's see. They did want me to, we'll pull a couple of these. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know for our greatest and highest good? What is going on? What is the energy? Okay. So you have a spiritual connection. We have a spiritual connection. Okay, soul family. This is support. This is people that are on your path to help you grow. This could be your person, you know, that you are supposed to share a purpose or a mission with. This is somebody that you could have past lives with, right? Now, we have the Hanged Man out here. So has this, you know, these people or this person, has this been delayed, right? Or has this person gone through some kind of awareness, some kind of enlightenment, and now they see where their path is leading them, you know? Maybe this is you. Maybe this is your person. Let's find out. This is a lover. Okay, so we have Somebody's looking at love. Somebody's looking at harmony. They want this is a partnership that they want to balance out. This is somebody who wants to tell you that I didn't see things correctly. You know, this is, okay, so this Hanged Man is somebody who is surrendering. This is somebody who is now looking at things from a new perspective. This is somebody who is using their heart. This is somebody who it is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. So, yeah, right? Of course it would show up because we can't get out of the love energy if we tried. I mean, it's everywhere, right? I'm going to ask you a question after we get through this. Yeah. Love! I mean, somebody's got love on their brain. Okay, somebody wants a romantic relationship with you. This is highly protected. Okay, this relationship is highly protected. So this is more on the spiritual side of things. This is, you know, good fortune, health, happiness, protection, strength, positivity. You know, this is your angels, your guides, your ancestors really helping to protect this. You know, and I do feel like your angels, your guides, your ancestors are really helping to protect you through this journey. They're protecting you, they're leading you, you know. You can't compete where you don't compare. It's like a knife and a spoon race. You might not scoop well, but you sure can cut through the competition. Somebody has watched your glow up. Okay? Somebody has watched your glow up. And to me, this is like, at one time, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if your person had a touch of the jealousy, right? This could have been like they were competing with you. Like, why is your life so good and mine isn't? You know, like there was something that somebody was competing with you. But now it's like they've watched your glow up. Look at you. You're glowing. And that's where this person is like, wait, I don't want to compete with this. Or maybe the person that they were with was competing with you. You know, somebody was competing with you, honey. Here's the thing. If you on that soul mission, you got a lot of weird watchers that compete with you. And you don't even notice them, to be honest with you. You just go about your business. But you got a lot of people watching your glow up right now. Okay? Let's just be honest. Yeah, somebody needs to speak to you. So they're realizing they were foolish. Okay, they're realizing they were foolish. This is like, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. This person is realizing, like, I was a little reckless. You know, they see it. Look at their eyes are on fire here. You know, not really, but they need to speak to you. They need to speak to you. There's something they need to say. And I think it's they were looking at you and they didn't see you. Now they see you. And that's where this, you know, with the heart, this person is seeing you with your heart. Okay. So how I'm also seeing this too is you saw your person. You saw your person. You saw their higher self, right? You saw through them. And regardless of what this person has done and how things have played out, you still have this unconditional love for this person. That's because you have always, when you have seen this person, when you look at this person, all you can see is their higher self. You can see every bit of potential that this person should be, right? And that's kind of like, I feel like your person is awakening to your beautiful, shining, glowing self. Whereas before they only saw surface level. And now they're able to come through and see people on a higher level from a new consciousness, right? And I will say, in life, it's important for us to not always look at people's higher self and what their potential is, right? Because that can get you into a lot of trouble because people have to choose to step into that energy. We have to, that's why earlier we said, you know, we have to allow people's actions to speak. Because I feel like a lot of us, we're very empathetic. You know, if you're coming in as that Empress energy, you're nurturing. You see people's higher self. You see their potential. You see who they are meant to be. But they have to make the choice to step into that energy. And in order for you to protect yourself, you have to understand that, yes, you can see who they are, what they're meant to do, but we have to allow them to choose that path, you know? And I feel like this person is coming around to that. Not everybody does, you know? So that's why we have to give that space, that little bit of time for this person to see what's going to happen. Are their words matching, you know, their actions? Have they really stepped into this higher consciousness? Are they looking at life from a different perspective? You know, there's endings here. There's things that they haven't talked to you about. You know, there's been a lot of silence. But this Death card, this is transformation, but this is also karma, right? You reap what you sow. There could be new beginnings. There are endings. This person has things they need to tell you. You know, this is a divine connection, honey. Okay, divine connection. They want to come in. They want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, and they're really hoping that you guys can balance. But I'm telling you, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, do no evil. There's things they're not saying. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that's the thing. You can show this person who they can be, but they have to choose it. You know, you can show them like, oh my God, look at, and you can tell them how you view them and how you see them, but it's their choice to step into this transformation. And for a lot of them, they've been resisting this. They've been with somebody who wanted, you know, to copy your energy, right? Somebody who imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That mediocrity can pay to greatness. I mean, and I feel like this person too, this is somebody who has to step out of that imposter syndrome and step into who they're meant to be, you know? So you guys do have a project together, but this person has to choose it, you know? They have to choose it. So it's, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like you see this person. So there's somebody in my past, right? And this person did some very horrendous things. But when I looked at people, when I look at people in their eyes, you know, I could see a potential. This person has potential. I could see that, you know, there was a lot of insecurities. That's why a lot of the time the people who are most insecure act the craziest, right? The most confident, most domineering, most, you know, because this is their way of control. But, you know, I had to realize, even though I can see this person's potential, they chose a very dark path. And the dog's she agrees with it. But, you know, it's like this person chose, and there's been several people in my life, they've chosen a dark path, and I have to choose not to hold on to the person they're meant to be and realize, you know what, maybe this isn't the lifetime for that, right? You know, you have to realize, like, we have the ability to see that. We have the ability to talk life into people, to build people up, but they themselves have to see that. You know, it's that card where it's like, you can lead them to water, but we can't make them drink. So be careful when you sit in that energy of, I know who you're meant to be. Great. Does that person know? You know? And yeah, a lot of them still are not happy, you know, and that's the thing, they have to choose. But the thing is too, these people have to choose healing. You know, you have to heal in order to bring in the best version of yourself. We can't continually come to life with hurt. We can't come to life constantly playing that victim, you know. We have to choose to come to it differently, right? Yeah. We do. We have to choose that healing, you know. And it looks like we have an emperor here. Somebody wants to step into an energy, but you are also being called to protect yourself, right? We have to wait and see what this person actually chooses to do, because we got the 7 of Swords. Don't lie to yourself about somebody's healing. Allow them to show you. You know, for some people, there were people that lived double lives. You didn't know. You knew a version of them, but somebody else knew another version. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be very careful with what we tell ourselves. You know, did this person choose healing? You know, like you have. So let's just take a little bit, and then we'll get a couple words from them, okay? Yeah. So you have the 9 of Pentacles. This is somebody who is single. Is this your energy? Is it theirs? This is somebody who is self-sufficient, happy, someone who gets a lot of attention. So I'm going to say this is your energy, right? I mean, you live in your life, you know, all this thing. And, you know, there's an air of abundance around you. Abundance, happiness, wealth, health, joy, giggles, laughter. You know, you have that. You just have that air of abundance around you. Whether you have a lot of money or not, that's beside the point. It's you have this air of abundance. You know, beauty, like you live a beautiful life, regardless of whether you do or not, but your energy says that, right? Your energy speaks for you. Oh yeah, somebody, you got opportunities, friend, okay? You have opportunities. There are things that are happening in your world, you know, that can bring in abundance, new manifestations. There's all of this, right? And this is like reward for the work you have done. You know, this 9 of Pentacles and you, this Ace of Pentacles, this is 10 of Pentacles. This is fulfillment. But you have worked for this. You have worked for this opportunity, or this manifestation. This is the reward, right? So you have to realize, ooh, that flipped around. Yeah, you got somebody in your energy that's looking a little Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody who is not confident. This is somebody who is not a leader. This is somebody who's like disorganized, bossy, you know. This is somebody who's very insecure. So you have somebody in your energy that is looking at you as this, look at you, look at your life. You know, I'm getting the word jealousy. There's jealousy or envy. I'm seeing that green, okay? So this is why, you know, is it your person? Is it a friend? Is it somebody? I don't know, right? But there is an energy of somebody who is sitting in this disempowered energy by you receiving. This is somebody that you could have walked away from, okay? This is somebody that you may have let go, right? This is Piscean energy, so there's a lot of emotion here. I feel like you had a desire for more. That 8 of Cups is about you leaving things behind because it didn't fulfill you emotionally, you know, mentally, physically, whatever. It didn't fulfill you. So you had to leave this, and it looks like somebody who was insecure or whatever, right? You had to leave something behind in order for you to find what was meant for you. This beautiful abundance, you know, whatever this is. You're going to be getting truth and clarity here. This is a breakthrough. So again, this could be communication, you know, Ace of Swords. This is communication. This could be information. This could be ideas. This could be whatever it is, right? But there's truth and clarity coming to you. Girl, honey, you getting all these aces out. We got Ace of Cups. Okay, so you have somebody coming towards you, maybe to set the record straight, or this could be new for some of you, but Ace of Cups, this is pure intentions. This is somebody, or, you know, a situation where there's love here, there's growth here, there is emotions, but there's a lot of things that can grow from this. This is long term, but look, you got somebody with a gift. I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to be getting gifts from your people because you did. And I, you know, honestly, the Seven of Pentacles, you know, it is reward. It's time for you to reap the reward from all the work that you have done. And you know what? Maybe this is you in the past. Right? Maybe this is you. You left that insecure person in the past. Maybe this is you. And it's time for you to have this breakthrough. It's time for you to find this love. It's time for you to get that reward for the work you have put in. If this is a relationship, this is long term, right? This is somebody who wants to invest in a relationship. Oh, what is this? Oh, honey, we got somebody coming in. They look at you as this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. You got a Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Wands, I mean. This is somebody who's taking action, okay? This is somebody, and they might come in a little flirty. You know, some of them might come in a little flirty. They, you know, they're looking at you. They feel like there is more to this cycle, okay? There's more to this. There is something where maybe this Knight of Wands is going to tell you, like, I've leveled up, you know, I've done this healing work. I've learned these karmic lessons. They coming in hot, honey. They coming in real hot. That's a Sagittarian energy, honey. That's travel. So you have somebody that's looking at you as loving, caring, nurturing, all of those things. And they're not ready to put this away. They're not ready for this cycle to end, you know. They're trying to manifest you. What I seek is seeking me kind of energy, right? What I'm seeking is seeking me. But this is also Gemini energy. Like, this is communication, you guys. Like, there's communication coming in here. Somebody wants to fix something. Somebody wants to balance something out, and they really are trying to get this, you know, courage, strength. You know, they're trying to be brave to do this. Whatever happened in the past, it wasn't great. But that's not how they want to leave the story, right? Tower, Ten of Swords, Emperor. They going through it, honey. There is like this person, the Five of Swords could be, yes, there's silence. But there's definitely been some mental manipulations here. You know, whether on you or on them, there's been something. There's been a painful permanent ending. There's major change going on in this person's life, and this person wants to boss up. This person wants to boss up, and they are traveling towards you. This is that Three of Wands. You sitting in that, you know, expectation, watching your ships come. Well, they're on one of them. They're on one of them. This person, there's travel here. This is somebody who is like ready for this expansion. They're working on that. What is this? Yeah, look, Hanged Man again. Yeah, this is definitely somebody seeing things from a new perspective, and they're not ready to let it go, right? So let's see, what kind of things do they want to tell you? Oh, this is a jumbled mess. I just mixed all these decks together. Yeah, this gave me a good time to fix. Okay, so let's see, what do they want to tell you right now? Let's see. They got a lot. They got a lot to say. Okay. They're not happy with how things ended. Okay. Somebody's definitely been pressing their buttons. And it's like they're saying, I'm upset that you have control over me. This person, they can't. They can't stop thinking about you. They're angry because, like I said earlier, this is somebody who was insecure but was dominating, wanted to control the scenario, but they knew in the back of their mind, honey, you controlled this, okay? It's you that did, not this person. That's why you were able to walk away, right? But they're they're kind of a little peeved that you actually control the situation, but honestly, they do want to grow old with you. Like, this is somebody who sees you forever. Like, they see forever with you. This is somebody who, you're so irresistible to this person, but it really chaps them that you have some wily ways, you know. It might be your makeup, it might be how you style your hair, it might be just your vibe, right? But this person, they are focused on you. You have this person's undivided attention. You are irresistible. Wish granted. What you've been wishing for, this person wants to give it to you. You know, this is a person that is realizing, like, part of their purpose involves you. You know, you are my sun, you are my moon, you are my stars, you are my everything. And look, what's he holding? What's he holding? Yeah, somebody's getting a gift. Make sure it's good. No. There's a lot of talk, though. Here's the thing, you know. I feel like this person, people are jealous of your connection. There are people already talking about this. Let's say they've moved away from whatever situation they were in. People are already gossiping. You know, there is talk here. Like, there's something about your connection that, you know, and being that if this is like a divine couple, right? If this is like a divine partnership, this is somebody who, when your energy comes together, it is intense. Yeah, exactly. Let them. And you know, that's kind of the thing, right? You're like, I don't really care. And just like I said, like, you probably have so many people who are jealous of your energy, this glow up that you've gone through, right? And you probably don't even realize it. Like, and that's the funny thing is, like, you have all these people projecting, like, we got that evil eye card out, right? You have all these people projecting this negativity towards you because you're going through this healing glow up. And you don't even notice them, which probably makes them even more angry, by the way. But they can't stop talking about you. I mean, people just can't, because you're going through a glow up. Your person's, like, realizing who you are. Like, it's a freaking mess to these people. They're like, oh, my God. Why does collective get everything? Like, this is the energy that I'm feeling. Because you chose to transform. But this is your person, right? They're making that decision to change, to transform into their higher self. Like, this is somebody who is feeling that. This is somebody who in their life right now feels like it's empty, feels like there's nothing there. There's no growth. And, you know, if you have a divine mission, you have a path, you have a purpose, which everybody does, but some people have a bigger one. So at some point, your soul is like, I want more. I need more. Like, there's something empty about where they are, and them honestly making that conscious decision to transform into their higher self. Like, they're feeling that. They're feeling the need for growth. They're feeling the need for expansion, and they are not seeing it where they are. You know? Reunion! You guys, somebody, honey, this person is feeling it. The force of love is bringing you guys together, okay? It is unstoppable. And that's the other side of this. So you have people meddling. Maybe you have people meddling in the middle here. What is meant for you will always find you. What is meant for you will always find you. So if this is meant to be, it will come to fruition. You know, it will end up, and it will happen at the most opportune divine time. And that's why we have to stop being like, when is it happening? What's going on? Is it today? Is it tomorrow? Who cares? We have to sit in the understanding that when it comes in, it is the most perfect time. It is the most beautiful time, and it is the best time. So when you stop paying so much attention to time frames and we just surrender, it's so much easier, right? So much easier. We gotta surrender. Your person misses you. They may be crying about you. We may not be together right now, but my heart misses you dearly. This, I mean, honestly, you surround this person. You surround this person. Your energy surrounds this person. They can't get you out of it. Some of them are players. Okay? Some of them are coming in like the little dogs. You know, this is somebody who was immature. This is somebody who lacked emotional awareness. You know, they weren't, you know, we have to, this is somebody who may be becoming aware of, like, I need to be more intentional with who I give my energy to, right? Whereas before, they were sitting in a different energy. It didn't matter to them. Power couple. You know that's right. And this is why people are, that's why people have a hard time with you. Because the two of you together, you will be envied. It's your energy together. It's how this person looks at you. It's how you look at that person. It's the energy that comes from the two of you being together. But the thing is, for this divine mission, for this path, this purpose, right? You need to have that. You need to have that magnetism. There's something that you're meant to catch the eye. Your energy is meant to pull people in because there is something that you're doing. There's something that you are creating. So they're nervous, you know, to come towards you because they were a dog. They were a little bit of a dog, you know. But they know that this is a very spiritual, you know, connection. They're remembering who they are. This is somebody who's remembering who they are and what they came here for. This is somebody who knows that your love reaches, you know. There's actually no time there. No time, no space, no time. This is like an infinite love. This is immortal is what they're calling it. You know, and again, you know, this is somebody that you meet up with in your dream state, right? Twin flame. So again, you feel like home to this person. They know you're the one. And they know this is a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So are you going to bring this in this lifetime? Let's hope so, right? Let's hope so. Let me see what else. Yeah. So right now, some of them may be money driven, career driven. You know, they're trying to become more stable to come towards you. But honey, they're so drawn to you. And again, flowers, right? So that's where that is. Let's see. I think we'll do a couple mantras and then we'll call it good. Okay. And then tomorrow we have the subscriber live on the talk. I think that's at 10. So I experience once in a lifetime opportunities multiple times a day, you know, and that's the thing. You're sitting in that energy of receiving now. So you're going to see how many opportunities and options come towards you, you know, where you're sitting in that energy of abundance. You're sitting in that energy of receiving. So even the things that are kind of off-putting are actually opportunities and abundance, right? So we have opportunities are handed to me. I mean, they are. It's your energy that's calling this in, right? Exactly. You are sitting in that energy of abundance. You are sitting in that energy. So opportunities can't help but be handed to you. Every penny I spend is returned to me tenfold. You know, and I love that because let's say you are building something. Let's say you had to spend a lot of money building something, or, you know, it's taken a lot of time without pay. You know, your time is energy. Energy is money. You know, there is every bit of that energy, every bit of that money you have spent will come back to you tenfold, especially with whatever it is that you are creating. Why does my throat want to close? That's weird. Doors for success open for me before I even ask, because people see you, right? People see you. Oh yeah, you can send for one. Absolutely. Absolutely. your energy is opening these doors. You know, people recognize you, people see you, people feel that you're sitting in that abundance, and that's bringing these opportunities and options to you. The circles around me empower me, right? The circles around me empower me. Wealth is my birthright. So those came out together. So make sure, because wealth is my birthright, you know, so wealth is part of your plan. We need to make sure that the people around you are there to support you, not take from you, right? So everyone I desire desires me more. How beautiful is that, right? How beautiful. So thank you. So we wanted, are you looking at a love reading? But I will tell you, if things are not quite there, you know, check your social circle, check the people around you. We cannot have people in there that are wanting to take from you. That's part of the reason why some of this hasn't come in, right? So we need to sit in the energy of, we need to let go of people, places, and things that are not meant to be there, that are not supportive. Is it difficult? 100%. But you'll get there. And when it's safe for you to have this abundance and this wealth and this love and all the magical things, guess what? It comes in, right? Which I love. Okay, Hannah, let me tidy this up. You know, I made quite the mess. I love that you guys are sitting in that energy of abundance, though. I love that you're sitting in that energy of receiving. You know, it's like that Nine of Pentacles. It's the Empress energy. Like, you're sitting in that energy, and that energy is what is calling all this in. So beautiful energy, you guys. And that's why it's also very important. Make sure that you know your boundaries. Stay in there, right? You know, is it exciting that your people are coming forward? 100%. You know, but we have to also make sure that we stay on path. We stay on purpose, right? Let me get a sip of my drink and then I'll get to you, Hannah. And thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you so much. Do you have a specific question? Or is there anything in particular that you want to talk about with your love situation? And then tomorrow, don't forget, 10 o'clock on the talk. Subscribers. It's only $2.99, so it's really not even big. It's not even big, but we can hang out. I'll answer some questions. It'll be fun. Okay. So we want to do like that one where we are checking on the feelings, where his feelings are, communication, that kind of stuff. We can definitely do that. I know, it's going to be fun. I have time to do it this week. I'm not sure, like, I don't know that I'm going to do it every week. I may start doing different levels, you know, but I'm going to play with that. I can't take on too many things at once. Okay, so here we go. So let's see. Okay, they're leading me over here. Oh, hold on, Hannah. I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to get one of those new love cards. Where did I put them? Over here. Oh my God. I'm going to send you the cards that came out. When you remember last night, I told you, like, I'm going to pull some love cards for myself after. Honey, terrifying. Oh, the energy that surrounds me, not good. Woo, shoot. I'm going to send you a picture of him later. I'll send it to you and Tori over over Instagram. I was like, oh, I don't think that person needs to come forward anytime soon. I was like, yeah, you should probably not come forward. This looks terrifying. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm going to get you a vibe. All right, let's get a vibe for Hannah's person. Okay, they told me 3. And then I'll pull the... Oh, look, they all came out together. They told me 3 and 3 just like flew out. Okay, beginnings. I like this. And we got a little seduction here. Ooh, let's take a look at that one. You definitely want to pay attention to music right now. Some of these, I can't show you this one, but anywho, I'll cover it. This is seduction, temptation. Okay, ooh, what is that, right? And then there's something about listening, meditation. I think you're going to be getting some messages through meditation or music, okay? But I'll double check the meanings because this is a new deck. And then you have 22. This is beginnings. To begin with, all you need is love. Look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Shoot, I just put the book away. I mean, Hannah, getting a little spicy over here. Let's take a look at it. This is the energy of your person and you. So let's see. You know, to me, like when I'm looking at this, I feel like your person could be realizing like this, where they were, it was a temptation, right? Now it's like they're listening to their higher self and they want, there's something about a new beginning, but let me look at it. I feel like that's part of it because that first card is, you know, it's temptation. They were seduced, right? Let's see. Ooh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Get ready, Hannah. Okay, so it says you can have as much fun as you like. You can flirt, you can date, you can steal kisses galore. Very exciting time is presenting itself to you. Take care to be clear about how truly available you are, right? So, I don't know. We keep saying like your person is going to come forward. I mean, let's be honest. You know the emotions, you know the feelings are going to be intense, right? So it's almost like you have to, they want you to think with your head instead of being led by your impulses. Now, is this your person? We'll dive into it, right? Was your person, did they act out of impulse? Or is this like this, when this comes forward, we need to be rational again, like make sure you're holding to your boundaries. Let's make sure that your person has done the healing, right? But we all know, I mean, and then this listening, analysis, this meditation, I really feel like there are messages that are coming to you about this. Yeah. So it's like, take time to take stock in your situation. And it's like, we have to de-escalate things in the mind, even if you haven't really gone, you know, it's like sometimes our mind accentuates things. We have to be, again, more rational. Meditate, and that's why they're saying, and this could be like grounding, meditate, listen to the messages that are coming in, you know, you can move forward positively, be optimistic, but we have to be advised to be calm, listen to that inner wisdom. You will get a lot of messages, and I want to say direction, even like as you pull away, as you like meditate or, you know, pull into that isolation. You have 21, then 22. So things are happening in succession here. Yeah, it's about taking ownership of your desires, right? Taking ownership of your desires. It's also with this card, like this beginnings, this creation, this is also about you really, letting go of those fears, right? To begin all you need is love, but we have to let go of the fear. We have to really allow yourself to be surprised. Allow yourself, like, it's something about being surprised about what's coming. There's a new beginning that's coming, and that's with this card, and just let go of, because it's dark too. So it's like, I do feel like this is definitely let go of those fears. Let go of let your heart lead you. You definitely have romance in the air. We have to listen. We have to remain calm, ground. I am getting strong messages about, you hear messages a lot in music and in meditation. So you may want to meditate. But definitely we have to be aware of our impulses. What do they want to tell you? What's going on? Yeah, so you are manifesting, okay? You are sitting in this energy of manifesting this in, okay? This is an opportunity. This is like a message of a new beginning. This is like somebody who wants to explore another opportunity. This is coming underneath that seduction. And so that we have to be very careful. So you have this Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very grounded card, right? So this is definitely, hi, I'm good. How are you? This is definitely, you need to ground your energy. We can't be up in the air. We have to be very grounded, and we have to realize, rein it in, rein it in. We're not just pulled by our desires. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there's definitely transformation here. You have the Death card, so endings lead to new beginnings. You have, right now you're being called to really let go of things that are no longer serving you. I think this is more your person, to be honest with you. I think this is more your person. Let go of what no longer serves you so that there's room for this transition, right? There's room for this growth. Because I know you have already been working on this. So I feel like this is your person's energy. Yeah, they're not going to tell you much about these new beginnings. This is, so there's a certain thing that the High Priestess will do. I'm not supposed to talk much about this new beginning, but let's dive into a little bit about your person's feelings and how the communication is going to go. I feel like there's going to be a lot of energy. I feel like there is communication between the two of you in music, but I also feel like you're being called to ground your energy because this is going to be intense. There's some really good stuff coming here. Let go of fear and just kind of allow your heart to lead you. But let's see. All right, let's see. What's his feelings, or what's the energy? What's his energy here? All right, you got, so we have somebody who wants to, this could be somebody who is going to come in and say, like, they want to hold themselves accountable, right? This could be somebody who wants to come in more secure for you, right? This is somebody who, there's loyalty, there's love here for sure, but it's like, I'm getting a heavy sense of somebody who wants to take accountability or some kind of responsibility for something that happened. That's really heavy in this energy, right? What about, and you really are, you have to, this is you. Because this is the energy for him. This is your energy. This is you. Like, we really have to protect our energy. Okay? So this is, you know how resilient you are. Know how many obstacles you have overcome to get to this point. We need to remain grounded. And we need to hold true to who we are. Okay? So being that these situations are always very intense, and I think this is Spirit's way of just reiterating, like, you've come so far, you have overcome so many things. Please, you know, stay true to you. Don't give in to other people. We have to really know, like, you're very secure. Stay there. Okay, this person, they want to, there's some kind of accountability, you know, and there's some kind of accountability that they're holding to themselves. Communication. You have somebody who definitely wants to balance the situation. Okay, you have somebody who they want harmony here. You know, there's definitely a need for them to, I feel like this Temperance card, it's like, we need to find a middle ground, is how they're wording it, right? There's something about finding that middle ground, to find this balance, to find this harmony. So this person is slow. This person is slow to take action. I was like, okay, let's talk about this communication, right? So what's the delay? It's the karmic. There's something going on here still. It's like they need to release this. They need to release this. Let's talk about this. Yeah. Okay. Your person is learning boundaries. Okay. We're sitting in that Queen of Swords energy. This person, they are really being called to, they have to be true and authentic to themselves. This to me is not that other person's energy. This is your person's energy. This is them learning how to speak their truth. This is them, and see, that's where they're being held up. What is this? Yeah. So this person is definitely, there's no common goal there. Okay. So it's like your person is coming to the realization that there is no common goal. This person wants growth. This person is feeling the need for growth. And that's part of the reason why this isn't working. But in order for them to come towards you, they have to step into this energy of, you know, laying down that, yeah. Because they are looking at you as balance. We got the lavas. We got the lavas again. But in order for them to come, they have, because right now they're just sitting there. They're watching the situation. They're not happy. They have to stand up. That's what's holding this up. They have to stand up for themselves. They have to take authority of this situation. That's when this comes in. It's that now the wheel, this is the cycle's changing. This is somebody that when they make this decisive movement, that's when things start changing. Do I feel like it's soon? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm going to ask advice. Keep shining bright, girl. Just keep shining bright. You're going to get your justice, okay? This is going to be balanced out. We got to keep, they're telling you, continue to hold on to hope, continue to have that optimism, continue to be that star that leads this person. They are watching you. Where did I see that? Yeah, they are watching you. These people just they gotta boss up a little bit, right? They gotta boss up a little bit. They gotta answer that call. I mean, there's the Ten of Swords here. It's imminent, right? It's coming, but they have to learn to speak. And again, why isn't this happening? Because your person hasn't stepped into the wholeness, right? You have worked out where you are feeling more safe, more secure within yourself. Your person hasn't gotten there yet. There's an energy of they want to, and it's a matter of them doing it. It's that decisive moment. As soon as they make that decision, everything changes. It's that decisive moment to stand up for themselves and speak their truth. And that's where your person is. Look, open it up to soulmate. You got lovers. You got soulmate. You got, oh, they're working here. They're working. Oh my God, they want better. They want better. Yeah, now it's time for them to step into that. They have to step into that boss mode. You know, this is somebody who has to take control. Is it close? Yeah, I feel like it is. That's why they're telling you, like, honey, ground yourself. Ground yourself. Ground yourself, you know, because there's a lot of energy flying around here. And you could probably feel this person thinking about you. I mean, there's a huge connection here. You can probably feel that energetically because they watching you. Heavy, hard. Like they staring. They're like, oh my God, what is happening? But the only one that wanted to flip, honey, is taken. It's just, we got to get this person. I wish there was a way. Okay, is there anything you can do? I'll ask that. Anything you can do. I mean, honestly, I think it's just continue to hold on to that hope and just know, like, it will happen at the most perfect and opportune time. Yeah. It's just your person has to find that balance. So you have Temperance, Two of Pentacles, and taking this leap of faith, right? This is like somebody who has that want for a new adventure. You have somebody who wants that new opportunity, but they have to figure out, they've got to balance themselves. They've got to find that, they've got to do that. This is somebody, and it could be, I feel like they're just juggling a lot of things right now. Whether it's finding it, what? Here it is, my nose itching again. This person wants to drive to you. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's your readings that usually make my nose itch. Unexpected guest. Oh my God. I mean, wouldn't you just love it if you could just be like, hey, let me tell you a little something. If you wanna wrap this up, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, right? And then you can take a leap. But keep sending them the messages, honey. You know, talk to your guardian angel to talk to their guardian angel. Talk to Archangel Raphael, you know, the healer. But he also works with the heart chakra, right? You know, I would definitely, but keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep working on you. You know, you're going to get this beautiful reward. This person just has to make that decision. And that's where this is. He has to make that decision. There's success here. I mean, the Chariot's here. Knight of Cups. Somebody has a lot of love. Manifest. This is what you manifested. Bless it. What they doing? What they doing over there, Hannah? God. I'm just kidding. Listen, some people, it takes a long time. You know, they waver. They go back and forth knowing they don't want to be there, but they don't know how to leave. Like, I have talked to people where it has taken so long. But you also, you need them coming back strong. You're strong. You need somebody that's strong, that is at your same energetic level. Are you have a great night? All right. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for, you know, being here, and I'll see you guys on the subscriber live on the talk tomorrow. And so get your questions ready, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye, friends.